I just want to go on the record and say that this is going to be probably, you know what? No, it's for sure one of the hardest workouts I've ever done, without a doubt. It's like one of those workouts that really kind of scares you a little bit. And I'm honestly pretty nervous about it, but you know, when you got to do it, you just got to do it. So let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I am glad to be back in the saddle doing some daily content for you guys. And today, like I mentioned, this is one of the hardest workouts I have ever done. If you haven't enjoyed me struggling and looking like a terrible fish out of water dying at the Crossfit Games, well, you are in for a complete treat today. And I am not joking you whatsoever. We are doing a 5-minute AMRAP from the worst 5-minute AMRAP I have ever done. So, without further ado, let's get started. Woo! Let's go! Getting hype, getting hype. We're off, 3, 2, 1, getting it. All right, so what are we doing here? Like I mentioned, a 5-minute AMRAP on the clock. We have 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, the goal of the workout is to accumulate as many Cheetos as possible, right? So it's kind of like an AMCAP, as many Cheetos as possible, right? So an AMCAP or an AMCRAP. And so in those 5 minutes, I'm trying to eat as many Cheetos as I can, but it's not just that, right? We're talking, it's not just one movement. We are looking at a couplet. So a 2 workout movement thing. Wow, I just stumbled across my words, sorry. Anyways, it's a couplet. So not only are we looking at eating as many Cheetos as possible, but every couple Cheetos, or you know, when my throat gets parched, I need to essentially put the Cheetos down, stop eating them, stop focusing on that goal-oriented workout, and then transfer over and drink a little bit of Coca-Cola. And that's the only way that you can kind of help your parched throat, because you gotta remember, like, 5 minutes of Cheetos, like, that's absolutely no joke. Like, that's really, really difficult to do. So I want to go through this workout with you guys and really talk about a couple different aspects of this workout. The first one is, what is my strategy going into this workout? Strategy going into this workout was to really pace, right? Like, a lot of guys will make a mistake where as soon as the, 3, 2, 1, they go out hot. Right? They go out as hard as they possibly can, and then at some point they crash and burn. And what I didn't want to happen was I didn't want to like go out really hot and start putting like 5 or 6 Cheetos in my mouth at a time. I mean, I can do it, don't get me wrong. Like, I can definitely take a handful and shove it in my mouth. But the problem is, like, at some point you're gonna burn out. And at some point it's really gonna come back to bite you really hard. And for me personally, because I have a lot of practice, I knew that if I did that, if I put 6 Cheetos in my mouth at a time, I was probably gonna burn out around like the 2-minute mark. I was probably gonna burn out around the 2-minute mark. And I decided, you know what, like, it's a better play. It's a better play. And it kind of shows in the wisdom of an athlete. Like, you'll see a lot of rookies do this workout, and a lot of rookies will immediately like tear open that bag and they'll just start shoving Cheetos in their mouth, and then you'll see them like 2-minute mark like start slowing down, and by the 4-minute mark they're just engorged on the floor, just like grabbing their stomach, just in complete pain, right? And it's just, that's the sign of a rookie, a noob, right? And so a sign of wisdom, the sign of a guy who's, man, you've been around for a while and you know what you're doing, is you know how to pace a workout. You're okay with the fact that some guys might get out in front. They might be out in the front by a couple of different Cheeto reps, a couple different reps, a couple different rounds of Cheetos. But you know that sooner or later you're gonna reel those guys back in because they can't hold on to the rate of Cheeto consumption that they're doing. And so you're hoping and you're knowing that that guy's an idiot. He's eating too many Cheetos way too fast. And you know that around like the 2-3 minute mark, you're gonna catch him. So that's kind of my strategy. Start out really slow and continue to hold a really, really consistent pace. And this isn't really even a touch and go pace, right? Like, I'm not like immediately touch and going right back in the bag. It's almost like a singles pace. I'm taking my time. Like, I'm doing singles of the Cheetos, right? And now you see me, this is obviously no rep. Like, we can't count this Cheeto here because I had some help, a partner helped me out, and it's not a partner workout. So make sure you realize that, yes, I understand when I see a no rep, and I will call myself off for my faults. That is a no rep. Like, I offered that Cheeto to a partner, and it is an individual workout. So there's no reason to call me out below. So the next thing I want to talk about is really like scaling options. What are some options for scaling in this workout if you think, hey, that workout looks really, really fun, but I don't think I'm capable of holding on to 5 minutes, because that's a really long time to eat Cheetos and drink Coca-Cola. So I'd recommend, like, you have to ask yourself, there's a couple different ways of scaling it, right? The first way of scaling it is it the Cheetos? Is it just the texture? Is the Cheetos too much for you? If it's because the Cheetos are too much, then just scale the Cheeto movement. Or maybe cut the reps in half. So like, for instance, instead of maybe eating a full Cheeto, maybe you cut every Cheeto in half. So you just open the bag, lay all the Cheetos out, and cut all the Cheetos in half. Cut all the Cheetos in half, and then just eat the half Cheetos. If you eat the half Cheetos and just count them as a full rep, like that's a liable and, not liable, a really good viable way of scaling a workout. So that's one way, is cutting the Cheetos in half. And so now we're really nearing the end of the workout. I'm really still holding a really consistent pace. I'll come back to the scaling after this, but I want to kind of watch my last couple seconds. And I'm really showing really a lot of tenacity. There we go. To be honest, like, if you're really gonna make sure it's a good rep, a good solid workout, you need to really finish your Cheeto workout by licking your fingers. Like, that's the only way to really finish a workout. Here I am offering a rep to my partner. Like, obviously I had a couple no reps, but now I'm kind of just offering them because the workout's done, right? It's no big deal. So like, let's go back to it. Like, ways of scaling the reps is obviously cutting the Cheetos in half. That's one really viable way of doing it. The other way is maybe choosing a different kind of Cheeto. Like, I'm using regular Cheetos. Like, you can obviously scale up and use spicy Cheetos. That is an option. That's way too much for me. Like, I know I'm not at that level. And another way is going down and maybe doing like Cheeto puffs. That's a really good scaling option, is instead of using the Cheeto chips, and instead of using like RX plus just spicy Cheetos and the regular Cheetos for RX, is the idea of using Cheeto puffs. And that's a really, really good option for scaling. So guys, I really hope you really appreciate this insight into this workout. Like I mentioned, one of the hardest workouts I've ever done in my life. Like, 5 minutes I've never felt like 5 minutes was that long. Like, that is ridiculously long time. Like, I was like, man, is this almost done? But it wasn't. And I kept going and kept pushing. So make sure, my insight to you is tenacity. Make sure you approach your workouts this way, like you're excited, like, wow, let's go get it. And especially this workout really helped out to have that extra pump to like finish the workout and really like eat that last Cheeto that I was really struggling to like swallow down. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys' time. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.